after 3 years. It's pretty touching. It's pretty touching.
I'm Danny, and this is the Memory Makers Podcast, the show focused on helping you make amazing customer experiences and make more memories. And today, we have a special guest. You'll notice that I'm not here with Russ, although I am in the studio. We have a special guest joining us virtually, Jeff Pierce from Atomic City in Paducah, Kentucky, and we're going to be talking a whole lot about his business and the things that they've done. Jeff, welcome to the show.
Thank you, Danny. It's good seeing you, buddy.
Good seeing you too. Jeff and I and his wife Charlotte and a lot of us here at Creative Works have built quite the relationship over the last couple of years. And what's one of my favorite parts about our industry is the fact that when we work with amazing people like you, and then we get to see you at trade shows and at events and come to your facility, it's like a family reunion and seeing family.
Yeah, that's a wonderful feeling, and see what everybody in the industry just got that special family feeling, and when we can come to y'all you've always been there for us. Creative Works has done amazing things for us, and we appreciate that very much.
Well, we appreciate you and joining us today and spending the time here to share a little bit about your story and a couple specific things that we want to talk about today. The first of which is reinvesting in your center and the power of reinvesting in your center, because you've been open since 2020, I believe.
Correct. Yes, we're going to be celebrating 4 years in December. So
excellent.
About 3.5 years.
So what is fascinating, it's been so exciting for me to watch as you've evolved the business since it first opened, is that it's evolved a lot. Yeah. You and Charlotte and the rest of your team are consistently reinvesting. You're adjusting the facility, you're tweaking it, you're adding new things, you're taking certain things away, and it's a constant evolution. So can you kind of share with us, what is your philosophy for reinvestment and evolution in the business?
Well, Danny, to be honest with you, whenever we bought this building and built everything and opened the doors, we knew nothing about a family entertainment center. We were as green as grass, I can promise you that. We didn't know about all these seminars you can go to and the amusement 360s and all of that. I wished we did. However, we started off green and we had no idea what we were doing. Scared to death when the doors opened. So here's what we've done. We have changed a lot. We listened to our customers. Can you satisfy everybody? No, you can't. However, there is one thing you can do. You can keep up with your reports, see what's working, see what your guests like, see what they're playing most of all. If they're not playing arcade or whatever as much, you see that drop, change it out, get something new and fresh. Well, we're so fresh now that we hardly have room to walk in here. However, we can make that happen. But we have just added a soft play. And the reason for that is whenever we opened, we had a soft play here. We bought it used from a church, and it was stored in a container. And we had no way of knowing how to put this thing together, but made it happen, and everybody loved it. However, we decided, hey, we're going to move away from soft play. We just thought at the time it was a liability. It was basically too much area to run around, and kids were pushing each other and people get upset. You know how that goes. So we took it away, and we added virtual reality. So let me tell you a little bit about what we did when we started before I get too far. We've got 24 go-karts, and this is all 44,000 square foot indoor facility. So it never rains here at Atomic City. So we have 24 go-karts. We have the flip and spin bumper cars, the flip zone. We have mini glow golf. We have laser tag. We've got an awesome kitchen. Everybody loves our pizza here. We have redemption. We have over 60 arcade games, and that's what we did whenever we opened, as well as soft play I told you about. So let's talk about this soft play again, because there's a huge reason for it. We had this area of a virtual reality arena. It looked so cool. It was a 6-player escape room virtual reality, but it was so big and so focused on spotlight that people, I think, were actually scared to get in there and thought people were just going to be staring at them the whole time. So you get a party of 10, only 2 of them would play. It just wasn't working. So we sized that down to a one player. and it started rolling in a little bit. However, not as good as we expected. So we totally did away with VR. Nothing wrong with VR, just in our area, it's not working here. So as a smart business move, we decided to step away from that and look at things differently. So not only changing the color of the facility and putting new signage up on the outside, huge signs, we decided, hey, let's add duck pin social bowling. And we added 4 lanes of duck pin social bowling, and it is hopping. I mean, the adults love it for networking. The kids love it too. You just simply come in here, roll a 4-pound ball, and wear the shoes you got on when you come in the door, and that thing is packed and doing very, very well. Why is it doing very well? Because there's nothing around us like it. We're unique. You had to travel several miles to find something like what we had to offer in there. So what goes with bowling? Of course, a bar. We added a bar in the very beginning. We were totally against the bar. But as time goes on and we listen to several people, good friend of mine, Dave Wallace, can't beat him. He gave some good recommendations, and we started listening to other FECs, owners, operators, and we noticed we need a bar. So we knew we was going to be battling the thing. Well, why are you going to have go-karts and alcohol and kids and alcohol? Well, really, it's no different than going into your local steakhouse. I mean, if you take your kids in there, there's alcohol in there, or the 5-star convenience store. It doesn't matter. But we had to make this business move, and it was a good one. So along with the bar and bowling, let's add a huge stage. We have live bands here, free entertainment on the weekends. I'm telling you, we have a large 16 by 24 stage full of a great light show, great sound tech, great audio throughout. And while kids are playing, the adults are watching and listening to this band. They're up dancing. They might be having them a quick drink, just relaxing. But it was the best thing we ever did when we added all of that, plus the soft play. Now, I can promise you, Danny, if you drive by here, we're open Thursday through Sunday. If you drive by here now, you will not find a parking place, and you'll have to make your own in our gravel area beside our building. You know where that's at. We have another parking lot, asphalt parking lot, that you can do a drive over to and get to our building. But now they're parking in the far gravel. We have a 6 1/4 acres, and they're just finding places to do that. And we are so blessed. The Lord has blessed us here, and He just keeps blessing, and we can't thank Him enough for that. Our guests are loving it here. The social media is blowing up. Just hired a brand new guy, Eli. He's taking care of all the marketing and all the video production and the social media and all the graphic design. So it took a load off me so we can do more. So Charlotte and I have been very busy, and our president, John Perry, we love him to death. What a wonderful friend and business partner. We're all the time looking to change what's working, what's not. We promised each other that we would not let Atomic City get stale, because if it just come in here and it's the same old thing and it looks the same and it's starting to get dirty, it's not going to happen. We keep it clean. We have several customers compliment on the cleanliness, and that's what we strive for, clean and safety. That's first, and then fun is all around it. We have a lot of fun here. So that might have been too much, but there you go, Danny.
You know, one of the things that you had mentioned is that you don't want it to become stale. And I've had the good fortune of being able to visit your location. And this was about 2 years after you opened. And 2 things stood out to me. Number one is your enthusiasm about your business. And every single thing that you showed me, it was like your smile could light up a room, and how excited you were to show me all the cool things that were within your 4 walls, which that was number one of your enthusiasm. And I love that, because when you have enthusiasm for your business, when you're passionate about what you do, it makes it a lot easier to get through some of the more difficult seasons, or the more difficult projects, or the stressful times in the day-to-day operations, when you're excited about what you're doing. And the second thing that jumped out to me is you mentioned cleanliness, how clean it was. Your facility was immaculate. And I remember, I checked out every part of it, but one of the things I definitely wanted to look at was the mini golf that we had installed for you, right, and as well as the laser tag. Yes. And I remember when we walked through those sections, and I'm in the mini golf course, and I'm thinking to myself, you've been open for 2 years? This thing looks brand spanking new. It
Yeah.
was so clean, so well taken care of, and it goes to show that the amount of work and passion that you and your team put in, it shows.
Well, thank you very much. It's an honor to hear that from you, because I know you see a lot of facilities, and we strive for the best. That's what we do. We give it our best here. It's not the very best. I'm sure things can be better, but we give it our best. And the reason for the excitement in my voice is we're proud of it. We're very proud of it. Most of all, when you see kids and families and smiles on their faces and running around, and the kids pulling on shirt tails, hey, let's go do this. Let's do this. It's all worth it. Man, there's been times, Danny, I'll come in here and just find me a chair at one of the tables in the midst of everybody eating, and I just watch. That's what I do. I just watch, and I'm thinking, wow, this is happening. And sometimes it's just numb. I mean, like, we knew nothing, and now we're here where we're at, and we want to learn even more. So, anybody got some ideas? I'd be happy to talk to you. That's for sure.
Well, one of the things that's so interesting about hearing you say, just sitting back and watching the smiles and having some gratitude for what you're able to provide, is one of the things we do at Creative Works is every year we have a theme for the year. In the past, it's been purpose and passion, level up, all in, serve. Those have been examples of our theme. This year in 2024, our theme is hero. Because when I talk to you as the owner and operator of a location-based entertainment center, a family entertainment center, you create a place for people to celebrate together, to escape together, to make memories together. You are a hero to your community because you make a difference in people's lives.
We appreciate that very much. We appreciate it. And it's an honor to do it. It's an honor to be here in our community. We love our city, Paducah, Kentucky. It is amazing. Our community we couldn't ask for anything better. We're right off I-24, and we're right in the center of Nashville and St. Louis, so it's a perfect location. I mean, just perfect location, and you can see our sign from the interstate. So, I mean, we're right off the interstate. You can't beat it. We have hotels all around us. We have good restaurants, fast food all around us as well. We're just in a great location. And one thing that really helps when you're talking about the community, we have corporate events here, private events. A lot of people think this is just for kids. No, adults can do everything in this building. I mean, everything. So we are writing several quotes now since we put the bar in and entertainment words getting out, that more adult oriented. However, kids are more than welcome. They still have everything they want to do and more here in Atomic City. We want everybody. It's family ran, family owned, and it's for families. But what I was saying is, we have corporate events, semi-private events. We have birthday parties. I mean, there's something going on here all the time. I mean, we've got school events in March. In May, we never shut our doors. Schools come in here like crazy, 2 or 3 private events a day, 2-hour events. And it's just a blessing. We write probably 4 or 5, maybe 6 quotes a day for private events.
One of the things I wanted to ask you about and talk about is, I think in part, due to the reinvestment and constantly adjusting and never staying stale and listening to your customers, you were named one of the world's greatest family entertainment centers by the TV show, the national TV show World's Greatest. Right. And they recently came to film and do a production at your facility. Can you talk about that experience of how you got in touch and involved with them, and what that production looked like and how it all went?
Absolutely. So I had never heard of the show, just to be honest with you. I'd never heard of it. We simply had a message on an answer machine, and I got the message to call this gentleman, got his name and number, about a TV show. That's all I knew. And I called him up. He asked several questions about our facility, and then he told me that he's the senior producer of the national TV show World's Greatest. I said, oh, okay, wow. He said, our staff has been keeping an eye on y'all. We've watched y'all. We've looked at reviews. We're checking out your website, everything you're doing, your social media. And we feel that you could be one of the world's greatest family entertainment centers. And would you like to proceed with this process? It will then include another interview, about an hour and 45-minute interview with Charlotte and John and I. And we'll see if we make it to the next step. There wasn't anything that we applied for whatsoever. It just come to us. And we were very grateful for that. So we went through that hour-long interview there on the phone, and they said, well, the gentleman said, well, if you hear back from me, you didn't get the part. You didn't get named one of the world's greatest. However, I'm sure you probably are, but here's what happens. Another lady will be calling you if you get this. The executive committee of the show with How To Media, they pick who they want, and he said there's a stack of papers on the desk, and the executive committee goes through all of those. He said it'd be about 2 weeks from now. He said you should be hearing something in 2 to 3 weeks. 2 weeks to the day, I just received a phone call on my cell phone, and it was one of the ladies from How To Media congratulating us on saying that we were chosen as one of the world's greatest family entertainment centers. I am still numb about that. I'm very, very blessed about that. We can't believe it. It just really hasn't even set in. We had so much going on. You know, we were putting in the soft play, the bar, and the stage, and just a lot going on in the mix. And one day, I mean, a couple Saturdays ago, about 2 weeks ago, it was time. And the TV crew showed up. What a wonderful crew. They were so funny. They had everybody smiling and laughing even more than what they already were. They stayed here all day long. I'm going to get all of that footage, so I'll get to have some fun doing some video editing, that's for sure. They're going to give me everything. But being one of the world's greatest family entertainment centers after 3 years, it's pretty touching. It's pretty touching. It sure is. And there's so many out there that are world's greatest as well. But us being picked, it was a blessing. It sure was. We will see the show on the Bloomberg channel. It will air on the Bloomberg channel end of April, first or second week of May. Definitely will let you know as soon as I hear from the production company. And then after that, after it airs, I believe twice on the Bloomberg channel, then you'll be able to stream it on your Roku's, Fire Sticks, and things like that.
That's really exciting.
That's it in a short version, you know. So,
well, you know, it's very clear that it means a lot to you to go through that process and be chosen by this TV show as named as one of the world's greatest. And I know because I saw on social media that as you were preparing for the production shoot, you were announcing this to the community and letting them know, hey, we're going to have this. It's coming this Saturday. We're really excited about it. What has been the response from the community about being named by the show and having the national TV show come to Paducah, a smaller town, and shoot there and be able to highlight one of the businesses in the local community?
Well, I tell you, we've had several texts. We've had several posts, comments on Facebook. A lot of congratulations out there. In fact, our friends from Delta Strike, they sent us some cupcakes, just congratulating us the other day, and they're really good too, by the way. But the community loves us, and like I said earlier, you can't satisfy everybody, but you can try your best, and that's what we strive for. We strive for safety, cleanliness, and family fun. We're all about family here. This may be somebody's Disney World in their life. You know, they may not have the opportunity to go out of town, or, schedule-wise, financially, whatever the case may be. We try our best to make it affordable here. We have day passes, and the guests are loving the day passes. They absolutely love them. So we're proud of that, too. We were able to – the hardest thing, Danny, when we started to where we're at now was pricing everything. I mean, what are we going to charge to play this arcade and ride a go-kart? It's all simplified now. And it costs 56 credits to do all of our attractions. So, I mean, we made that simple now. And the arcades vary from 7 credits on. But the community loves us. They give us good reviews, along with some of the bad ones. You're going to get them everywhere. But the community is very proud of us. And I want to give a big shout out to the Paducah Area Chamber of Commerce. Charlotte and I are very involved in the Chamber of Commerce. In fact, she's in a meeting right now with them, I believe by phone. She hadn't been feeling well. She would be here with us today. So the Chamber of Commerce, they gave us a great ribbon cutting ceremony. people started knowing about it. I'm on the board of directors of Paducah Chamber of Commerce, and the networking, I can't express it enough. Those that are thinking about opening a facility, network all you can. If you can't do it, you don't feel comfortable with it, hire somebody that can. It will get you very, very far in this business, very far. So networking has been great with the Chamber of Commerce, and we're very, very pleased with that.
One of the final questions I want to ask here, as we're getting to the end of our time in this interview, is looking at the way that you reinvest and constantly evolving and changing the business. Anytime you're opening a business, especially one that requires as much capital up front as a family entertainment center does, there's inherent risk involved in opening a business.
Absolutely.
And if there's another FEC operator, maybe they're fresh open, or maybe they've been open for a while, either way, and maybe they're just looking at, well, if I invest right now, I'm not sure what's going to happen with the economy. There's just too much risk. I'm just gonna stay put. I'm just gonna keep it as it is. What would be your advice to that person?
That's a good question, because we bought the building and opened smack dab in the middle of COVID. I mean, what other time than COVID you're thinking, what are we doing? So many people said, it's not going to work. It's not going to work. But we kept the faith, and we strive for what our goal was. The advice is just to be patient, think it through, talk to several people, go to Amusement 360. I'm not just saying that because Danny's here right now, but Amusement 360, full of knowledge. I cannot express it. It's full of knowledge, and you won't regret that. But I highly recommend you do that. Also, when you're planning, make sure you get plenty of storage in your place. That's very important. Just the little things is what we're finding out, and we're having to go back and try to find a place for storage and do things like that. But we have to change. You have to change to stay up in your community. You, like we said earlier, you do not want to let it get stale. Look at your reports. Look at your reports daily and really watch them. That's very important, because there'll be a lot of times the day is so busy. Block a time to look at all of your reports, see what's happening, see what's working in your community, see what's working in your marketing. If you can't, if you're saying you can't afford to market, you can't afford not to market. You've got to sell your place, get it everywhere out there, fundraise, donate, sponsor, do everything you can for your community. Just be a community outreach, and that's what we strive for here, Danny.
I appreciate you mentioning Amusement 360, as many people know, is an event that we host and we run. And we have two that are happening this year, April 23rd through the 25th and September 10th through the 12th. And I know that Jeff and Sharlotte appreciate that event a lot and get a lot out of it, because I'm pretty sure, I'll have to check my numbers, but I feel very confident in saying that you two have the record for most number of times attending that conference. I think it's 4 times you've been?
I think it was 5. I might be wrong.
Okay,
however,
5.
we're going to have to break off here in the spring. That's right in the middle of Charlotte and I's 14th wedding anniversary. But we do plan on bringing our assistant manager to the tables there at Amusement 360 on your next one.
Excellent.
And everyone, I cannot tell you how important that is. Listen to everybody, talk to everybody. You're going to meet some wonderful people, and people have your back before they even know you in this business. I mean, that's how it is, isn't it, Danny? I mean, everybody is for everybody. Competitors help competitors. There's no bickering or arguing. It's just a fun business to be in. Is there stress along with it? Nah, I don't think so. but anyway, it's worth it all. Just to sit back and watch those kids run around, and the families have a good time, and adult parties come in here. They'll have class reunions or whatever, and they're just having a blast. And got to market. You got to market. You got to sell yourself. Plan it. Don't get in a hurry. When the time is right, you'll know it. When you're led to do it, and turn that switch on and get to work on it, and don't hold back. Don't hold back. Don't get yourself in a bind. But if you've got something in your heart to do, and you're led to do it, and you feel that gut feeling is, I got to do this. There's going to be some hard times, but you will get through them. It's all right here, folks. I'm telling you, you got to stay focused. And as long as you stay focused, you'll be just fine.
Well, I couldn't have said it any better myself. That feels like a good place to wrap up. Jeff, thank you so much for taking the time to join us today and share some of your experience and wisdom and all the things that you've got going on in your business.
Well, Danny, we really appreciate this opportunity. Anytime, that would be great. Thank you, and thank your wonderful team. Please tell them all that I said hi, and appreciate them very much. And I know they're kicking it today. So thank you so much, Danny. And thank you for your production team. Great production team. So
yeah.
A lot of times the production team don't get thanked. And I know Creative Works does it all the time, but great job in production.
Yeah, we always give, as Russ likes to say, shout out to Mikey Mike on the ones and twos running the ultra web. That's the line that Russ likes to say. For all of you who've been with us watching and listening, thank you so much for joining. We've got some more amazing content coming your way every single week. Valuable insights from our team as well as guests. If you like what you heard today, don't forget to subscribe and leave us a review. And if you've got any ideas for future episodes, topics, or guests that you'd like to see, follow us on social media and send us a DM. Thank you again to Jeff for joining us, for Mike for producing the whole thing, and all of you for joining us, and we'll catch you on the next episode.